Drake is a pedophile and Kendrick Lamar is an abuser. Those are two of the biggest allegations that have come out of this ongoing feud we've seen. Which, by the way, things have been moving so fast in this, I wouldn't be surprised if by the time this episode gets up, Kendrick's released a full diss album. And the album cover is like a photo of Drake shaving from outside of a window. Because while we talked about this last week, over the weekend, 5 more tracks dropped. With everyone that's been living for this absolutely feasting. We're talking about nearly half an hour of new music. Which on that note, we're not gonna go into every single detail about these songs. I'll leave that to the channels that have been dropping 60-minute breakdowns of each song as they've been coming out. Right, my main job is to try to make this consumable, even though I've personally been consuming all of this like it's a true crime podcast. And on another note, we're only gonna be playing Kendrick's music just because right now it looks like he's not copyright striking anyone. So if you're wondering why we're just playing him, that's why. But to get to some of the big claims, we'll start with the song 616 in LA, which Kendrick put out on Friday morning, suggesting that Drake's team is turning against him and that he is an operative on the inside. But then later that night, Drake shooting back with a song called Family Matters, where he dove into Kendrick's relationship with his fiance, suggesting infidelity, then hurling domestic violence allegations by saying they hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen. The picture you painted ain't what it seemed. Also saying that one of Kendrick's kids isn't actually his. But then, before most could even post their takes about this song on Twitter, Kendrick dropped a response titled Meet the Grams. Drake dropped as I got to the movie theater to watch The Fall Guy, and Kendrick responded before the previews were done. And in Meet the Grams, Kendrick addressed members of Drake's family one by one, right? Starting with his son, with Kendrick apologizing that he has to grow up with Drake as his dad, also claiming Drake as a secret daughter, saying,
"Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. She'll be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you, or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you."
Kendrick also, let's say, strongly suggesting that Drake employs sex offenders at his label and is a predator himself. But then Kendrick on Saturday night going, "I don't even need you to respond," dropping another one. And it felt like with him putting out Not Like Us, that one, he was taking on the criticism that he had not dropped something that you could dance to. Because I gotta say, it was easily the most danceable song in just this whirlwind of releases. But it's also a weird song to dance to because it has lyrics like,
"Certified lover boy, certified pedophiles. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor."
As well as Kendrick going to the well again, saying that Drake is a culture vulture, saying he's not a colleague, he's a colonizer. And then all of that bringing us to the latest song, at least as a recording, The Heart Part 6 that Drake put out. Right, and this song prompted just a metric fuck ton of discourse. Right, first, Drake denying that he has a secret daughter, claiming that his team fed Kendrick that false information to see if he would bite, with him also denying being a pedophile, saying this Epstein angle was the shit I expected, with Drake continuing, "If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for this shit you just suggested. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I'd never look twice at no teenager." Right, and all of that elicited a ton of responses. Right, especially because it comes as there's long been claims or rumors about Drake having inappropriate relationships with underage girls. And a lot of people just thinking those lyrics aren't how you shut it down, writing things like, "I'm too famous to be a pedophile is crazy considering Weinstein, Epstein, Cosby, R. Kelly, the list goes on. And if at any point in your life you have to say, I expected you to compare me to Jeffrey Epstein, then you should immediately reflect on the choices you made to get to that juncture." Along with bringing up Millie Bobby Brown on that track when Kendrick never mentioned her as the most telling slip-up. But also, that wasn't even the part of the song that ignited the most controversy. Right? Because in that song, Drake also said, "Mother, wait a second, that's that one record where you say you got molested. Aw, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. That's why these pedophile raps is shit you so obsessed with, it's so excessive." Right? Drake essentially saying Kendrick's so obsessed with calling him a predator because he himself is a victim of child sexual abuse. But the thing is, in that bit, Drake appears to be referencing Kendrick's song called Mother, I Sober from 2022. And in that, Kendrick sings about his family's history with sexual abuse, but when it comes to himself, he says, "Family ties, they accused my cousin. Did he touch you, Kendrick? Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he didn't." So Kendrick saying there was an accusation, but he wasn't molested. Right? And so with that, you have a number of people saying not only did Drake fully misunderstand that song, but also his choice to seemingly make fun of Kendrick under the false notion that he was a survivor of abuse is disgusting. Writing, "You hate pedophiles because you got molested is the worst angle I have ever heard in my life." And using child molestation accusations and mocking real victims of it is just tactless. Right? And while obviously you have people in both camps, the general online consensus right now is that Kendrick's winning this battle. With things like Nah Drake even trending on Twitter this morning, with Kendrick's 2 songs topping Spotify's charts right now, people comparing the view and like to dislike counts on YouTube. Right? But all of this is there's still a ton of people coming to bat for Drake. Some dismissing the claims against him, arguing what Kendrick has said is just as bad, saying that Kendrick shouldn't get off easy from these allegations that he abused his fiance. And as far as maybe why that seems to be taking a back seat with a lot of people, you have some saying that it's because no one believes Drake right now and he's already gotten stuff wrong. And others adding, people don't want to believe anything Drake is saying about Kendrick, yet have no problem believing what Kendrick is saying about Drake, which is probably untrue. Kendrick is exposing a cultural reality that people don't trust Drake. You can't fight people's feelings. Drake lost. He lost because, fair or not, no one cares if anything he's saying is true. But then also, all of this is playing out as there are a number of people that aren't really taking sides as much as, a number of people are saying, if you pull back from this, you pull away from the fun aspects of when famous people are having drama. The things that are being rapped about, they're serious allegations. They are things that people literally go to jail for. But instead of seeing possibly criminal investigations, we're kind of just seeing people crip walk to allegations of someone being a pedophile and someone beating their fiance. But again, that's just kind of where some of this discourse is right now, some of the claims, and with all that, I gotta pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts with this whole back and forth in the situation in general?